I started playing guitar. I just turned 5 years old. I've been on stage since I was 7. I come from a family of musicians, so I just always played. I got my start, I was on TV by the age of 12. The band name was Silversmith. It consisted of myself and my 2 brothers. My brother Ray sang and played keyboard. My brother Steve sang and played bass, and I sang and played guitar. We played at a place in Dartmouth, Massachusetts called Rawhide, and Tiny Tim had just started his countrywide tour. It was in the early 80s. That's how that all fell to be. He was looking for a band to back him up while he played at Rawhide to an audience, sold out audience of about 300 people. He was on the upstairs floor at Rawhide, sitting in a couch with his wife by his side, Miss Vicky, I believe her name was. And I walked up to him to meet him, and he never rose from the couch. He simply put his left hand out, like he expected me to kiss it, and I just, shook his hand. So it was a strange meeting. Tiny Tim was a strange individual, personally. That's how I perceived him to be. However, as a musician, he was quite accomplished. We figured with him having appeared on Laugh-In, and it was a joke and haha, we didn't know what to expect, but he was an extremely accomplished musician on the stage. He was not by any means a fly-by-night kind of a person. He had a great knowledge of his music. He was proud of what he did, and it was a great honor to be backing him up. He would do the elaborate kissing to the audience, and they loved him. He got a standing ovation. He probably got about 4 standing ovations, and he had to keep coming back and doing more and more. So they loved it. They absolutely loved it. After the show, he told us that we were absolutely the best band that ever backed him up, which I was proud of, because he did go from one song to the next seamlessly with no break, and we just had to follow him. And I could see where some bands would have a difficult time with that, but we got it. We were spot on. I learned to play by ear. I did learn to read music early in life, but I prefer to play by ear, meaning that I don't read music. I just listen for the chords and I play them, and my brothers are the same way. The keys that Tiny Tim played in were all across the board, including flats, sharps, so we had no clue where he'd be going. He stuck with old material from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, stuff like I Want a Girl Just Like the Girl That Married Dear Old Dad, things like that. The toughest part is finding out the key that he's in, because he's not telling us anything. But once we had the one chord, relative pitch then will take over, and what that means is if you know one chord in the song, it's almost an instinct to me now, but I can tell you what the other chords are in the song once I know one of them. But the toughest part of each song he did was figuring out what key is he in. And once we had that, we were okay.